This is me and T's last episode. We're gonna end the podcast this year.
This is the last one, cousins. This is the end of the couple conversation as you know it. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another couple conversation
Where we have conversations with happy.
I am your host T,
And I'm your girl Coco.
and this is y'all last conversation of the year. Y'all last cup. Pick it up and drink with us. Drink with us. Drink with us, cousins. Cheers. Cheers.
We end this year.
This is the last one, cousins.
Yeah.
So I hope
This
y'all
is it.
enjoyed this year so far. It's been a learning experience for us, but I think we've been doing good. I think, you know.
Yeah, this is me and T's last episode. We're gonna end the podcast this year.
Look,
Gotcha!
Look, Angela, you say this is the end of the couple conversation as you know it.
Yes.
No,
Gotcha.
for real, as you know
As
it.
you know it,
Things are
about to be different. It's about to go down.
That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know.
But no, seriously, y'all, this is the end of the year.
Yep, we made it through another one.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Because we did get to do New Year's last year for the podcast. We started like in the middle of the year for our first year. So
Yes.
we have been going a full year, and it's been like a year and a couple months now. So this is our first New Year's ending of the year. So we did a little recap last year. I think we kind of did the same thing, saying what we thought the year looked like for us and stuff like that. So that's basically what we're finna give y'all today. A little recap of the year, give us, you know, some end of the year words, a little motivation to the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
You know, a little this, a little that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you want to get into it, or you want to? Oh, we have to check in.
Yeah,
We
let's
gotta
check in.
How you feeling?
I'm good. You know, I'm good or whatever, you know. So I'm dealing. I'm dealing. Like you know what? And it's gonna go into like what I've learned and stuff like that. Like I feel like this year has really like, you know how you always hear about people like talking about like their growth, their journey, and their like healing, and like I feel like this year has been there for me. Like I didn't see the year being like it was. Like around this time last year, I didn't see my year ending like this, and I didn't see my year going the way this year went. At all. Like I think God is so funny. He has a very huge sense of humor of how He'll switch it up on us.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of thankful for it because I think I needed it more than I knew, and I was asking for something, but I didn't know what to ask for. So I'm good. Like I feel like
that's it. That's it. You know, it's like sometimes you're asking for stuff, and then when you start asking yourself the deeper questions, like, why do I want that, or what do I want out of that? Like, you know how you hear these podcasts or other shows, and you hear these thought-provoking questions. That's why I hope y'all hear like thought-provoking questions in our podcast. I hope to have gave that throughout the year, whether it be controversial stuff and it seemed like I'm like just trying to down people, or you know, but I still wanted to spark something in people and make you think. And I think that's what's been happening to me lately. Like since I haven't been going into things with high expectations, I think I've just been letting God do His thing and like, you know, let it work out for me. And I ain't really been stressing it. And this year has been, like you said, one that I didn't expect, but I didn't have any expectations going into the year in the first place. I just knew the steps I needed to take to kind of how I'm going into next year, be the creative and do the things that I wanted to do. So I think I'm kind of feeling the same way. I'm just trying to let things come as they come and don't stress as they come. Y'all, I feel like, I don't want to jinx it, I feel like I might get married. I might get married soon. I don't know why, y'all. I don't know. Like I said, I ain't jinxing it. I'm about to start getting my nails done every damn week. I don't know, y'all. I don't know.
like New Year's.
I don't know.
Like under the mistletoe.
I don't know. I just know I need to keep my nails done, you know. So
Like at the strike.
hopefully,
12.
you know.
Okay.
I won't be. I'm not signing up for baby mama itch.
Okay,
Not signing up for it. I'm trying to get the.
Look at God.
Trying to get the wife. Yep. And that's who been playing a big role in it. We been in church, baby. But man, playing about, he talking about, so like, if I be like, you want to, stream church this week, he be, no, we ain't got to. We'll go up in there. We got time today. We ain't got, we got time. Let's go make time for the Lord, baby.
Yes, that's good. Prioritize God. Yes.
So we been in it. Like, I love what this year is bringing. I love the way I ended it off this year. It's starting to feel like I'm finally adult. I've been going through this struggle for 10 years now, and I'm finally here, baby. I feel like I'm finally growing up.
That's good.
It feels good. So I'm not ending this year with no depression,
Definitely not. I've been joking with my mama, and I'm gonna get a t-shirt made and just gonna say this, but my mama just bust out laughing one day this week, and we was talking. I was like, cause it's just favor, it's just flying. And she said, "What is going?" I said, "Flying, girl. You got favor. You got favor with the Lord. You got favor. It's just flying, and slapping people in the face." Real. How good God been, but. Seriously, this was one of the most challenging years of my life, but it's so rewarding. Like, it's almost kind of like
I can agree.
The going in the fire and coming out with like no smoke. That's how I feel like that.
I feel
that.
I
That would be my.
Ooh, I feel that.
How I would describe this year.
Yeah.
Yep.
So let's go right into the first one then. What did you learn from this year? Like, you can go from surface and then you can go a little deeper.
So I'm running a little something, y'all.
You got a little something first.
Okay, so for one, just off the surface, I really learned to not sacrifice my mental health for people.
Okay.
And when I say that, I mean like before I worried about like my response to people being, was it adequate enough, and did it please people to the point to where even if it didn't please me.
Yeah.
And off the strength of wanting to be a person for somebody that didn't have a person.
Yeah.
Or that didn't feel like they had a person, or whatever the case may be. But
I love that.
I feel like that was like my biggest thing. Like I got to a point to where like, and I think what helped me get to that point of like, I'm not sacrificing how I feel, my mental health, the way I feel about a situation. I'm not gonna change my mind because of the people that might be against it, or me being a part of a generation that might not think like I think. Like just all kind of stuff that played a part into some of the things that I either thought or did. It's because when I found out that ultimately if my lack of, or maybe whether it's a lack of or it's present, but I found it more evident in like my lack of productivity for other people's productivity. If it didn't help their productivity, like you were useless type of thing, or it was shit on you, or it was, you know what I'm saying? So I felt like, dang, I'm going to these great lengths to make you feel like you got somebody sacrificing my time, my, whatever. And ultimately, if it doesn't help with your productivity in life, or whatever that may be, then it's no good. And so when I seen that, I was like, damn, what am I doing it for?
Right.
Because that was my goal, whether it was good for me or not. If it was to help your productivity, I feel like, I'm gonna do it. And then when I figured out that if I happen to be down or not able to, then it's, oh, you this, you that, you this. Like, it's not that same, like the energy that you had when I was.
When you was, yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So I think that was like one of my biggest things, like just not sacrificing my mental health, not sacrificing my anxiety, at all for nobody, like, and being okay with it, like, and being okay with however the chips fall because I didn't sacrifice it.
Yeah. So I can agree with that. I've done some of that same kind of work on myself this year, just because I'm one of those people who I don't like confrontation, but I do like to talk.
Do you not?
No, I don't. I would rather us have a clear understanding though. Like I don't want to be guessing because I'm already going into our conversation. Like if we were to have a misunderstanding and I have to come to you and talk to you about something, I'm already going into our conversation trying to almost like please you, almost like not really trying to hurt your feelings. Or if I gotta say something, like I'm learning to just say it and not really think about what's gonna happen on the other end of it. And it ain't even that I'm trying to say it to hurt you or to. I'm just trying not to jumble up my mental so much by trying to predict what you gonna say, come up with what I'm gonna say, all this, all that. Like I'm just learning how to confront the situation and if it's not letting it be on my mental, if it's not at a peace with everybody else. Like if everybody not cool with it, that just is what it is. You know what I mean? Like we had to say what we had to say. We had to get over what we had to get over. But I think one of the biggest things that firstly, the surface thing that I learned this year is just knowing that I need people, valuing my relationships with people, not because I've always thought that coming up, but it's like a few years in my 20s where I thought I wasn't getting that same kind of love that I've been giving out. So I thought like, okay, let me turn off the switch, and do how they've been doing. I'm gonna do like everybody else do, But something in me just recently was like, no, that's not the mission God put you on. Like really just lean into if he's putting it on your heart to be there for this person or do this for that person, don't really question it too much. Just do it and don't count the favors, don't do the tips for that tats, you know what I mean? Just do it and not really try to clock how somebody else shows up for you. So I've been trying to do that, and that's kind of like my surface level, just having boundaries with my relationships, but still knowing that I need them, still putting some time and effort into them. But for something deeper, I've just been kind of like what you just said, like not really getting caught up in the mental part of it, like having conversations. I've been in a lot of uncomfortable places this year, like when it comes to talking or having a we gotta get over this bump in the road or something, like we ain't sweeping something up, we taking something from up under the rug, we having the conversations that need to be had. Right. So I've been getting a lot of that this year, but after the uncomfortableness, I've noticed a lot of like peace behind the situations, a lot of like forgiveness, understanding, and forgiveness in all kind of ways. Whether forgiveness we're gonna move forward together, or forgiveness and we're gonna we had our time, and it was great. It is what it is, because I tried to pour back into some relationship that I thought was valuable this year, and it just didn't pan out like that, Right. And towards the end of the relationship, and I wouldn't even say the end of the relationship, because it ain't like we broke up or it's over, or I've never talked to that person again, but it's just more so like, you put your boundaries up and I respect them, and I'm gonna put mine up and I respect them. You know what I'm saying? Okay, if they can't coincide, they just can't coincide, and that is what it is. So I think that's like the biggest thing I learned this year. That's been one of those lessons, like just being okay. Just being okay.
Being okay with it not being okay, being okay with it being okay, being okay with it not understanding if it's gonna be okay.
Yeah. Just at peace with it all.
Do you have any regrets?
I would say not. Well, I can't really say not starting that sooner, because you don't know what you don't know. You know what I mean? But yeah. I mean, because I've always thought that I was so good at communicating, like, and obviously I haven't been the best at it. That I have to admit to some things, like this year I have to take accountability for my part in things to understand them fully. You know what I mean? So that in itself, it's not a regret. It's just like dang, I wish I would have been. I could have been a good person to this person, that person, that. It's always the what ifs. Yeah. What if I would have been doing this when I was in this season, or what if I would have known this sooner? That's just the only. I don't really regret much, I feel like my timing for everything is my timing.
Yeah, I don't think for that question I don't have any regrets. I realized early on this year, certain things I realized early on, and I just made the adjustment, so I don't have any regrets. And not to say that I did everything perfect or did everything right, but I think everything that happened to me this year, and the reason I don't have any regrets is because it needed to happen to build character in me.
Yeah.
And so, as long as I took the information and did something with it, I feel like it's nothing to regret.
Yeah. And that's why I kind of thought that too. After I just said that to myself, like, I don't regret anything. I kind of thought, like, do you think you don't do nothing wrong? Like, you know,
Right.
But no, I don't think that. I just feel like I had the opportunity to learn from all the things that I thought I did do wrong.
Right.
You know, I never closed my mind to the thought of that I could have been wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I never was like, nah, I'm 100%. You know.
It's them.
Yeah, it's them.
It's
and then there's some
never
people
been.
who think like that. Like,
No,
it's some people who think that they're not in a relationship because, you know, everybody that they've dated have not been something that they need.
I think that when you become really centered in Christ, I feel like it's very hard to believe like that. It's very hard to think that way because if you are really centered in Christ, I feel like God is gonna tell you, no, baby, you was wrong.
Yeah.
And he also gonna provide you with a solution on how to rectify you being wrong or how to not let that happen again.
Yeah.
And so I think that was a lot for that's what happened for me this year. Like, it was things that I've done in my past or that situations I've been in my past that God had to really show me, like, okay, you were wrong. But I didn't realize I was wrong until I had a mind of Christ, kind of like. I feel like
a forgiving mind, a mind where you can forgive yourself for even, you know, because some people don't want to admit they're wrong because they don't know how to forgive other people. So they know that if they have to tell themselves that they did something wrong, you might not forgive yourself. You know, you might not feel like you deserve the grace that you're not even showing nobody else because you don't know how to show that. So I think that's a big part of it. Like, having to know when you're wrong and having to forgive yourself for being wrong or for making a wrong decision or, you know, putting yourself in that position, because once you learn how to start forgiving yourself, it'll be easier for you to, like, give that grace to anybody else. But so my next question was, what do you feel like, what have you accomplished this year that you're proud of?
I've accomplished a lot of stuff this year. What did I write down? Let me stick to my script because I'll get the So of course this year I accomplished securing a steady career option. I feel like this year, since February, I went last year in December, and I spoke about this on social media once before. In December, I got baptized, and
I do think we need to run through this story though. Next year, y'all get all that, but I do think we need to run through this story, like the whole you getting baptized, the business, all that. Like, we need to run through that.
Yeah, we do. I got baptized in December, and I vividly remember asking God, like, I want to rest. Can you give me rest? Whatever that looks like to you, God, can you give me rest? And I asked for that because I know since 2019, well, I'll even go back further than that. Since 2014, when I came home from college in Houston, I have been on the hunt to secure the bag, secure the life, or whatever the case may be. And it went even in overdrive when I became a business owner in 2019. So in December, like I said, I asked God for rest because since 2019, I have been on go mode since and never have stopped. From being a small business owner and in like traveling with my business to having a small shop to then opening a storefront and to managing clients, even trying to manage employees and stuff like that. I had always been on go, and so in December, not knowing that I would even close my business down because that wasn't on the books for me.
Right. You didn't know that's what rest looked like.
Right. And so in February when it happened, I think like, I don't know, I was very like accepting to every process, everything that happened when it did happen. Like if it was closing, okay, this happened, okay. And so from February after I closed my business till August, I have been in rest mode, but because I didn't identify that that's what that period was supposed to be, I was trying in my power to do everything but rest. I felt like me just being at home not doing nothing, like I can't be doing this.
Right.
Like, I felt like it was
your anxiety
weird.
was telling you needed
Like,
to be doing
yeah,
something.
like something. And especially because I was used to being like making my own money.
Right.
And so
you gotta make your schedule. So if you are sitting around, it's probably something that
not
needs
productive.
to be done. Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like God gave me that, and like to say that I was out of commission per se, or now I know that God was actually giving me rest from February till August, and then I look back at how from August to now, the end of November, the beginning of December, my life has like did a drastic change. With the other things that I asked God for during my time of rest, and it happened expeditiously, like I say. I think that I couldn't accomplish that on my own. Like, it was almost kind of like my pastor always say, put some super on your natural. Like, God put his super on my natural. Like, yeah, I did certain steps to put me in a position to where I am, but it was not normal the way it happened, you know? And so, outside of accomplishing, getting me a steady career, having, really doing what I want to do and not what I had to do, I feel like God has put me in a position to be able to do that and do it comfortably.
Right.
I established more clear, concise goals about what I wanted. Like I said, with me always being in go mode, it was always me doing what I feel like I had to do, or that would help other people do what they needed to do.
Yeah.
So now I feel like my goals, they align with what I really desire out of life, and I feel like God is also showing me that what I really desire out of life, because it's what I desire and what He has planned for me, it has no choice but to help the people that need to be helped through. Right. So that I established clear, concise goals, and I set up a healthy response strategy. I feel like this year, the way I respond to certain things in my life, I feel like it took me some time to figure out how to set that strategy up to where it was effective in my relationships, in my conversations with myself, and just overall. So I would say that's one of the things that I accomplished, figuring out how to, respond well.
I love it. That's a good thing to be practicing and trying to get down. I'm still working on that myself. But things that I think I accomplished this year was getting more control of my boundaries, and really, like you said, doing what I felt was necessary for me to be doing, what made sense with my plan and my purpose. Really trying to dive in more to like the meaning of my purpose, like trying to see what the mission that God had for me, and not just what I thought, and leaning to my gifts, like what I was good at, seeing what I was good at and putting it to, and what prompted that was like us trying to figure out who was gonna do what, or what positions and roles. Like certain things throughout the year, it prompted like little questions that I asked myself to figure out certain things that I was trying to get through and go through. So like I would ask myself, like, we asked ourselves what was our role in the podcast, what we felt like we were good at and stuff like that. So I started asking myself like that overall and in general, like about life. Like what did I feel like my role was, especially at the times where I feel like I was overwhelmed because I'm pouring into people more than, they might be pouring back into me. But like I said, I wasn't trying to do like the tit for tat. I just set my boundaries, and I kept a mental note. Because it's not that you're playing tit for tat or you're trying to keep score of who's doing more, but it's also you don't want to overwork yourself or be pouring from an empty cup.
Right.
You got to make sure you're doing something for yourself. And that's where I was losing it. I'm trying to do for this person, that person, this person, that person. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be there for everybody, and I realized I hadn't even been there for me. I hadn't even put the foundation to lay the bricks, and I'm over here trying to help build this house. Right. You know what I mean? So. I was that was kind of like the beginning of my year, trying to take control of that, and I feel like I accomplished that. I feel like I accomplished my boundaries, my communication, my relationship with people, and how I set that up, and just how I went about how much I would give myself. Because I like I said, I noticed I was giving myself a lot, and it really just in my head with a lot, because a lot of the things that I just didn't want to do, when I told people, they was like, "Oh, all right, that's cool." You know what I mean? Like, it's like, damn, I've been thinking about this for 6 months, and I could have just told your ass, like. So that's one thing I really had to get in control of that, and I'm getting better with. I haven't been to a therapist yet, and I'm still gonna do that when I get my insurance, right? Because the insurance that it just wasn't covering, so I had to fix some things. But what I can do for myself is start acknowledging some of the things that trigger certain, responses, or trigger certain ideas. Because I'm more so questioning, why you feel like that, or why did you think that, or why did you? So I'm doing that, and getting control of my anxiety, not letting my anxiety control me, like not letting my worry outworry, what I can control, because. Right. I only have control over so much, and I think churches have been helping with that. Like, it seems like every time I go to church and I've been having a problem all week, I get there, the pastor say, exactly what the problem was. Like, I'm just like, ooh, child, it be there. That's where I needed to be. I just needed to be in certain places at a certain time. And I'm specifically speaking on last Sunday, because that was one of the Sundays I was telling Bubba, I gotta clean up, we gotta do this, we gotta do that. Do you want to just stay home? And he was like, nah, we need to be there. And when I got there, like, he spoke so specifically to me, like, I went home and read that chat. Like, I'm not even in my Bible like I should, because I still don't understand it the way I should. But I went home and read and tried to understand it. Because I'm like, baby, you had to been talking about me when you talk about Zechariah. Yeah. I know that story all too well. You know what I mean? Like, so that's really been one. I think getting my relationship back with God has really just been one of my biggest accomplishments, because that's helping me get all these other things back in order, you know what I mean, getting these relationships right and everything. And it's been helping with the podcast, my passion, you know what I'm saying, really putting me into a straight path, because we've been asking questions to ourselves throughout the year, like, oh, what's our audience, what's the purpose, what we supposed to be doing here, what's, and so I'm answering those questions, but I'm answering by scripture, through life, with a little guidance. So I think that's helping me a whole lot. What was our next question? Favorite episode?
You go first.
Oh, favorite. We had some interesting guests this year. It's been a long year too. I would have to say our podcast, our live show guests. I guess we picked them for a reason. Like, specifically, I mean, not excluding Fave or nothing, but specifically Lanaya and
credit. I live off credit cards, because how I look at it, how I have to put it in my mind is, when you use your debit card, what purpose are you getting from it? And your money is gone right then and there.
Right.
Your money is gone. Right? You charge you swipe your card for $300, your debit card, that money gone straight out your account. Right?
Okay, so it do make sense.
It makes sense. You're
gonna pay it.
You gonna pay
anyway,
it, right?
But the credit card gives you
time.
Yes.
What a job didn't give you, the credit card will, basically.
Exactly.
So you
these responsibilities, and for a fact you don't even know what you want to do with your life.
I'm glad you said that.
You understand what I'm saying?
You said that for real.
Like, it's so many of us, and I'm not knocking anybody. I just want us all to take that time to figure. It's okay to be you know what I'm saying? It's okay to be
not to be. It's okay to not be okay. And not to have it all figured out.
Because our emotions are really sensitive. You understand? It's okay to be angry, because you're angry for something. Just be reconciled to an emotion that's constructive for your life. It's okay to be sad, but be reconciled back to an emotion that brings you joy. So we can start, again, living with some purpose and start tapping into the greatness that's inside of us, so we can be an addition to whoever it is that we try to bring in our life. You understand? When somebody mentions my name, I want them to mention it like it's a plus. in addition to. You understand what I'm saying? I don't want to have any hashtags that's taken away from anything from anybody else. That's not a purposeful life. And again, these are the things when we're not intentional, that's what starts. That's what plants the seed of mental health issues.
I think that those were very good conversations. I definitely want to do some more work with Uncle Freddie next year. Like, I love his work with the community, and I've been still watching him do stuff with the, inmates, people in jail. I mean, like, he reaching out, like he doing the work. It's not like just one of those things where I sit up my camera and I want my camera to see me, talking to these people. No, he's doing that. Like,
him and Lanaya are doing the work.
They both, yes, Lanaya feet on the ground, like going to events. And I think that has a lot to do with her being an empty nester now that her son's gone.
One of them, right? One of them gonna graduate this year, though, right?
Oh, I thought both of them was.
No, I think Chase is
just graduating, so he a senior this year.
So.
Oh, okay. I know one she's sent into college for sure.
Yeah.
When she's in okay.
And
So the other one probably is okay.
Yeah.
So she getting close to her empty nester, so she probably just feeling a little more freedom, and she getting into her her bag. She really on both her businesses, and she's doing the work, and it's showing, it's paying off. Like, we're not talking about that, on Instagram got a lot of followers paying off. We talking about paying off, like wealth and more than just dollars, wealth and happiness, wealth and abundance, wealth and favor. Like, she is paying off for her. So, like, I think those two might be my favorite guests of the year, because I feel like we just got it right with them. We got it right.
Yeah, it was tough when I was picking my favorite episode, because I was gonna pick Lanaya's episode solely, the one she came here and done. I was gonna pick that one, but then I thought about it and I picked our friendship episode. I feel like that was my favorite episode.
But she also said something to me that I feel like, because you said, not to me, but you were saying something about when is people gonna be selfless. Like, more selfless. I don't agree with people being more selfless. I feel like that's the problem now. I feel like the only people that they expect to do all that shit, like to be selfless, to be kind, to be all this, to be nice, is black women. And absolutely. And when we not, it's a problem. When we hold in boundaries, people think that you mean. It ain't that you mean, it's that I'm standing on business about what the fuck I said and how I feel about it.
Yeah.
And I feel like being selfless gets you walked on, gets you played with. I feel like that's what that means. I ain't being a martyr for nobody, because that's, to me, when you said that word, that's I got triggered. Hell no, I ain't been no damn martyr. That's what they expect you to be as a black woman. A mama, a martyr, hell, everything to everybody. And yourself is being left out, depleted. That's why so many black women,
and that's what I feel.
So many black women have so many mental health issues, because we have been tasked with, we got to do this for everything, for everybody. We can't tell nobody no. We can't tell nobody this. We got to be this. We got to be this way. We can't tell nobody. We can't set a boundary. And that's why I'm like, I guess maybe because I am over 40. When you are 40, you do not care about what people think no more.
Because none of my friends or my family really told me, you neither. Only person told me was you.
Told me
happy anniversary for my anniversary.
I usually do.
5-year anniversary. And the only person that told me.
Did you post it?
No, I don't have to post it.
You better put it on your
calendar. You better put it on your calendar. You my friend.
You need to let me know the date. Because why? Do tell.
Just because I feel like it was an eye opener, and I feel like this year, like I talked about, this year being like going in the smoke and going in the fire and coming out with smoke. I feel like that was kind of like a testament to the progression of not only our friendship but the podcast itself. And I felt like it needed to happen now before it happened later. Okay. And I could feel that. I was grateful that it happened.
Well, we speak on that episode a lot, and I don't know if people actually went back and watched it or dove into it. But just for some context with it, that episode is a little wild. If y'all do want to go check it out, it's the friendship episode.
But it didn't come across as wild when
No, it didn't. But I do want to ask you, like, just for clarification for the people, do you think that we've found peace past that whole, I guess, I would say that whole season for us, that whole little...
I do.
Yeah,
I do. I feel like that's why I think it was my favorite. That's why I was kind of like saying, like, I feel like I'm glad that it happened. Like, I'm glad that even though it felt kind of hard in the moment, I feel like I'm glad that it was happening then.
We sit on here and talk about it like I pulled up a picture of your dirty drawers on the picture. Like,
no,
like we sit here and talk about it like it's bad, but
because
I think for us,
it ain't even that. It's the fact that could have brewed if that would have never been discussed.
Yeah.
It could have been that. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I would much rather not wait till we're on bigger stages for it to happen in front of more people than it to happen like in our, like he was saying tonight, our real supporters. That's not gonna be like, ooh, T is T. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Really trying to pick apart or you know what I'm saying, like, try to make it an issue.
Yeah, so I feel like it set us up for if this is something that y'all really see going forward. If this is something that you really see that just you want to make a difference with this podcast, then this has to be done before you can get there. Or if it's not done before you get there, it could be detrimental. Right. So that's why I say that was my favorite episode, because I feel like we always talk about having conversations worth having. Like, we gonna have conversations about money, that's worth having. Yeah, we gonna have conversations about legacy, that's worth having. But like, I feel like that episode like exemplified what our podcast is about. Like, for real, in our real life,
conversations,
not a host. I mean, a guest or nothing like that. So that's why I like that.
Yeah, I can agree. Like we said, it's conversations worth having. Like, you have to have those conversations if you want to move forward.
Exactly.
I agree. That was a very good episode. And I agree with the fact that I think we found peace afterwards too, because I just think that God worked in a very mysterious way in that whole ordeal. Because I know it was probably a couple times you was like, I'm not doing this shit no more. Mm-hmm. You know, it's a couple times I was like, look, we're going to have to find a way to split this shit up or something, you know. But he just worked in so many ways with showing you what you needed to see about yourself, me what I needed to see about myself, what we needed to adjust when it came to our relationship and accepting different things about each other, knowing how to talk to each other, knowing how to go about situations when we needed to talk. You know what I mean? Like, I think it just gave us all that in
the clarity there
in one, pretty much. What was our next question? Oh, and we ended it off with the last two. Oh, we damn near just did that.
Right.
So leave the people with a short message for your co-host, and then we can do your audience next. That's me. Tell me how you really feel.
Okay, so first of all, I'm gonna say this, and I really mean this when I say it, and I know that people always say like I have a way with my words and stuff like that, and I'm very shady.
Oh wait, like that's not what I was about to say.
Oh, well,
you're not you shady. You do got a way with words.
Yeah, and so, but I really love T. I want y'all to know that, and if y'all don't already know that, now y'all know. And I thank God for her all the time, because I just feel like it's a word. It's funny, but tea is not my cup of tea. But I feel like it happened weird the way it even happened, because sometimes, like, even when we were going through our ordeal, I was just really trying to get clarity, and I was even thinking about it made me go all the way back. Is she even my friend? How did she even come in my life? What I had to pinpoint, like, when did we even click like this for real? And even when I went back, I just found it kind of awkward the way we became friends. Out of all of the friends that are associates of Nisha that I met and like we became friends, I don't know. It was just weird, especially because me and T are polar opposites. I feel like in certain situations, in certain ways. And so I would just want to say that I really love you. And sometimes, even when it looks like whatever it looks like, it's not that. Sometimes I'll say sometimes, but for the most part, it's not that. And when I say that, I mean, like, I know T has opened up to me and said, well, I just felt like you felt like this, or you was like this. Yeah. And I just be like, what the hell is she talking about? I really be confused, because it don't be that. But I really just... And
that goes into what I said I learned about myself earlier.
Right.
Not trying to think about what you gonna say.
Exactly. So I just want to say that I love you. I thank God for bringing you into my life. I feel like you have brought a different maturity out of me, and it made me realize that like when you told me once before, like I really like look up to you. I look at you like a big sister. Like I really didn't think that. I didn't think that.
Yeah.
So it made me really like mature. Like if this is what she look at me like, or if this is what the role that I'm supposed to be in her life, then I can't be immature in the fact that, well, that ain't what I want to be, or that ain't what I'm trying to be. It's like you have to step up into certain roles because it could make or break a relationship, and it also could make or break a person in their journey on where God might be trying to get them to. So I thank God for you. I know that God put me in your life and you in my life for a reason. And I know that this podcast, with a host of other things that we do together or separate apart, is gonna be blessed because of our relationship and because of the insight that we both have about each other, about the industry, about our goals and where we want to go. And I just want to say that I thank you for putting up with me, because a lot of people don't. Y'all know I only got like 2 friends. Y'all say on the show.
Cut it.
So I just thank God for T. Like I don't know how to put it in any more fancier words. Like literally, when I just was thinking about and I wrote, that's what I have. I love T, and I just thank God that He put her in my life. And I tried to stretch it out because that's really like this is what I'm most happy about, because you do get to choose who your friends are, and I feel like I didn't get to choose with T. But I feel like it was necessary that I didn't choose, because sometimes we just go with people that we're most alike, we feel the most comfortable around, and I feel like sometimes you have to be made to be uncomfortable to be able to grow yourself, and I feel like T has done that for me.
I agree, and I love you too. My short message for you is thank you for rocking with me this far. I know that it has not been easy. I know I could be pushy. I know I could be like, I want it right now. I want it. It's my way. Let's do this. But I do thank God for putting us in that same circumstance at the same time. Because like you said, I don't really know how it happened either. It just kind of fell into both our laps. Like, I wasn't looking for I wasn't going out looking for no co-host. I'm not looking for no best friend. I ain't looking for, we just kind of like meshed at the same time. And God really just put us in the path of each other, I guess, to learn what we needed to learn, because I matured a lot in having a relationship with you in a lot of different ways. Just like I said to you earlier in the year, you're more like a big sister to me, and I've learned a lot from you, like a lot. I don't even hold that to no small regard. Like I was telling you when we had the episode with Ty, like you need to hold yourself up there, because you one of the people that people come to, and people know that. People, they get that vibe from you. You might not see it, or you might not think that you give that, but you definitely give everything. Business, relationship, spirituality, ladylike. You might be walking around hand about it sometimes and not giving a fuck too, like the rest of us. But you're definitely demure. You definitely keep a little poise with you. You know what I'm saying? Until I went to her house, y'all. Until I started going to her house, and she be having on big ass shirts, muumuus. She don't care. Well, I'm telling you, she don't care. I said, oh, she for real. She like a regular human. Okay.
And I think that is the part that most people don't get to see a part of me. So it makes me look like a bad person, because it's like, who do this think she is?
I'm telling you, we hold you in high regards. We hold you in high, because I started off like that at the beginning, but I do still have a lot of respect for you. I have a lot of respect for how you carry yourself, how you value your family and your friends and the people around you, the way you pour into people, and I just love you. I just am glad that God really, He knew what we needed at that time, and I'm glad He gave us the resilience and the grace and the maturity to stick it out through the tough times, because we have had tough times in such a short period of time. And with a short relationship like that, people would have been like, a lot of people would have been gave up and just threw in the towel. If we get into it this much, I don't need her. I don't, it ain't me. It's always somebody else. So I'm glad that God gave us the grace to realize when we was wrong and when we needed to still step up and do what we needed to do. And I just love you. And I love my little girl, my bestie Corey, not you. Yeah, she thought I was talking about her. Yeah, Corey has some of the best birthday parties. Wouldn't be here without her.
Yes, definitely.
Corey probably kept us together too.
Yeah, that too.
Corey probably kept us together too. She don't even know it.
She don't know it. And I think, and it's funny that you said that because I feel like she even kind of noticed. I think like
she do.
Cause like I don't think she did, but you know how like when somebody don't know something, but they like can sense something going on, and she'll be like, cause I think one day she asked me like during that time, she was like, "Mama, like you and T best friends or no?" And I was like, no.
She's just picking up. She's
like,
trying to
ask it without asking, and I was like, why? I'm just trying to see how y'all know each other and how y'all, cause she my cousin, but is she not your best friend? And I was like, you know what? Don't even worry about it.
Look, that's when I knew we was a different type of friends. But shit, I said when I started going to Corey stuff, I'm like, what is she trying to do here? You know, I'm gonna show up because I don't really know where we're at yet. But what is she trying to do here? Are we friends?
Yes.
Yes.
No, for real. But yeah, I think that this podcast has really like, you know, grew us. Like
I think it's doing exactly what it's supposed to do.
Because you can't come on this platform and talk about being better and not be better.
Exactly.
And I feel like that's what separates us from a lot of you girls on the internet and a lot of you guys on the internet, because y'all be talking the talk, but y'all don't be walking the walk.
Okay. And y'all can see it right on us from episode to episode. But I mean, I hope that's something that y'all are paying attention to in all honesty, because next year, I just feel so much better about the place. It's going to just get so much better. It really is. Not saying that it was bad this year or anything like that, but
it's going to get great.
It's going to get great because we are learning from our mistakes. We taking accountability. We keeping God first. Matter of fact, we might need to start praying for every episode. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I remember we did that with another podcaster, and I was just like, oh, yeah. Why we ain't been doing that? Duh.
We definitely need to do that.
I gotta have them in the building.
Yes.
But what was our last question? I left my phone over there.
That was it.
No, I think it was. Oh yeah, give the audience a short. What did it say?
It says then a short message to your co-host and a short message to the audience.
Yeah.
We want to attract. So just my message is going to be very short. It's not going to be long-winded. My message is stay tuned, keep watching, expect greatness from us, because we're about to produce a whole lot of greatness, and we see y'all in 2025.
I love that. My short message is going to be, because I've been asked a lot this year, who do y'all think y'all target audience is? And I finally think I found it for myself, generally speaking. I can't speak for you. But just for me, and this is not saying that the person that I'm describing, I mean, if you're not falling in this category of what I'm describing, that you can't watch the show or you won't find something in the show, this is just saying this is who I'm talking to. And I feel like I'm talking to the girls in the middle. Not even just the girls, the people in the middle, the people on the fence, the people in those, you know, I'm not even gonna give it an age. You just at that point of life where you used to live away, you know better now you're trying to do better. Like you're trying to get to that better side. So you probably done went through what you went through, but you at that like peak moment where you trying to get it right. And it's either up some more or it's down again. So that's the audience I'm talking to. I'm talking to the people that's trying to work it out, the people that's trying to get it together, and the people that know what they want. They're not playing around like kids.
Yeah,
I'm not talking.
And they're pressing towards the mark.
Yes. Yep, and that is, you know, your last couple conversation for the year.
Yep.
Hopefully y'all took something from this year. Hopefully we posed some questions that y'all went and talked about with y'all partner, y'all friends, y'all
mama,
y'all mama, did anybody. Because we need to have these conversations worth having. You know, all these conversations are worth having. And until next year, until 2025, we see y'all.
Bye, y'all.
Deuces.